Kotoko. They have played fewer games and are currently ninth with 8 points. The second half of the table, that is where we have the likes of Ho United, who occupy 10th position with 8 points. Vision FC are 11th with 8 points. Sweden Blacks currently are 12th with 6 points. Bechem United have us 5 points and are 13. Nations FC, they've been struggling badly of late. They are 14th on the table with a 5 points. Dreams FC are 15th with a 4 point. Brekum Chelsea, 11 Wonders and Basake Holy Stars occupy the bottom half of the table. So not really a good time for clubs like Basake Holy Stars, who are looking for their first win of the season. Big one there. We'll discuss a few of the matches coming up because there are some interesting games. But before that, we take a quick breather. When we return, we delve into that.
I want to watch the match.
Oh, even watches Ghana football these days.
Do you know Charles Taylor?
The president.
Charles the Terror Taylor. He terrorized defenses with his dribbles. No, don't
Ghana Premier League on Sunday special. Accra Hearts of Oak face a tough test at home in Bibiani Gold Stars. The Ghana Premier League is live on TV3. The Ghana Premier League, it's more than 3 points.
So match day 7 for you there. 2 games will be played as part of this one. So it will be 3 live games on TV. Today we are starting here with the Heart of Lions coming up against Basake Holy Stars. Then tomorrow we'll have Diana taking on Dreams. And on Sunday at the Accra Sports Stadium, it's the big one. Heart of Folk will also come up against Bibiani Gold Stars. My name is Mutala Yakubu. Now let's delve deep into the game. But first, don't just watch the game, win some cash as well. That is why Dewa 539 Direct has a message for you. They say end your day like a champion with Dewa 539 Direct. Wind down with the win at 7 p.m. with numbers 1 to 39. The odds are clearly stacked in your favor. Multiply your stake with 5 Ghana cedi and above by a jaw-dropping 5,000. Direct 4 and 50,000 on Direct 5 when all your numbers match the draw result. Play now and watch your mobile wallet fill up with winnings. All you need to do is dial *446# or visit dewanla.com to win. And now let's get into the game proper. It's Heart of Lions coming up against Basake Holy Stars. So here with Francis and Kelvin. Let me start with you, Francis. I mean, Heart of Lions were flying up until match day 6 when they fought it against Bibiani Gold Stars. Coach Bashir Hefo say it's important to get back to winning ways as soon as possible.
Absolutely. If you look at Hearts of Lions, they started the season on the front foot. We saw the last game they played here against Bechem United. They came up in a game that was very awkward. And the 2 men up front, Samuel Boama Kwanzaa and Efsin, who got his debut goal in that game, stepped up from the bench and then tried to get them the winning goal here. They won by 1-0. Then they had to go and play Kumasi Asante Kotoko in Kumasi. In a game they played very well, created premium chances, but just couldn't finish them off. And at the end of the day, they had to settle for a goalless stalemate with 1 point. Then they came back to Accra on Monday to play against Hearts of Folk in a game that they should have won as well because they created enough decent chances in that game. But their inability to be ruthless enough in front of goal to finish off the premium chances yet again meant that they were going to finish the game with another point. Then they had to go and play Bibiani Gold Stars. And Gold Stars themselves, ever since they came back from JS Kabili, spent quite some number of days and weeks away from their home ground, and results were not good for them. But they had to stop the rot at a point in time. And they couldn't have picked any better moment than against Pando Heart of Lions, where they beat them
come back to
at
you,
the dance park.
This is the dressing room of Pando Heart of Lions. They are just neatly arranged there. And it looks like they are going with almost the same first 11 that played against Bibiani Gold Stars. That midfield trio of Boama, Eche Dogli, and Ishmael Ado are starting this one. And this is how they made their way to the Pando Sports Stadium. And a beautiful bus cladded with Heart of Lions. They call them the Akpini Boys. And you see the players coming down from the bus there, being led by Coach Bashir Hayford, very experienced manager. Now, Kelvin, I mean, Heart of Lions believe that this year they should make this Pando Stadium a fortress. And Bashir Hayford has clearly said they want to win every single game here. Is that possible even?
Well, it's highly possible. If you look at the team, the most consistent team in the last 2 years, I think, has come from Heart of Lions. And they have a very consistent manager who picked them up, prevented them from being relegated. Last season, finishing as high up as second on the Ghana Premier League table. And this season, he only had just a player who left off. And even in the regulars who are not getting starting berths, it's just about 2 of them who are not, regularly playing. So it gives you an indication of how solid they are. And looking at their performances on the road, they've managed to secure very crucial points. Their first home game here against Dreams FC, it was a game that they weathered the storm. They managed to get a victory. And from what we've witnessed from this season and the previous, that is 6 encounters that they've played, they look more promising to be beating sides, especially at the Pando Sports Stadium, which has become a fortress. I don't see how teams will travel all the way to the Pando Sports Stadium and get a victory.
Well, Pando Heart of Lions have been solid, but Basake Holy Stars have been in some dire situation. Currently, their head coach, Adote, is in a dilemma because they've played 5 matches in the Ghana Premier League so far and are winless in all these games. That is also the dressing room rolling there on your screen. So for them, it's not even about the fact that they are losing games, but Francis, they've not even scored a single goal in this year's Ghana Premier League.
Well, that sums up how they've been poor so far this season. And the earlier they try to put things together, the better for them, because the Ghana Premier League is a brutal league. At the time you try to salvage the situation, it might be a little bit too late. For five games, no win, you've not scored a single goal, you are in trouble. And one thing that can help them out of this is that they have an experienced gaffer in Evans Adote, who is a former winner of the Ghana Premier League with Mediama. We've seen his stint with Karela United. At a point in time, they were on top of the Ghana Premier League. So I think they have an experienced gaffer who can dig them out of this. But they need the experienced players in the team to start playing well. Players like Francis Otin Jetua and then Simba Sylvester, formerly of Dreams FC. Okay. These are seasoned players in the Ghana Premier League, and they need to start playing some fantastic stuff for them in the division to be able to build them out of the troubles in which they find themselves. So
let's see how Basake Holy Stars will be able to dig themselves out of this situation. But the coaches have both arrived at the stadium, and we spoke to them earlier. For the home coach, Bashir Hayford, he believes that bouncing back to winning ways is the most important thing today.
Well, thank you. I think it was a sad story at BBNE, because not that we didn't play well. We played well, but we failed to convert all our chances. So we have done a little homework, and we have seen that the attackers have to back up. So today, they have promised to amend this thing that they did there. So we're expecting that we bang in the goals. Not a goal, but the goals. Well, they thought it was going to be a coach-off for them, because judging from playing House of Oak draw, playing Kotoko draw, and going there, they think it was going to be easy. But, you know, I always tell them that complacency versus determination, always determination triumphs over complacency. So they shouldn't be complacent. So when it happened like that and we came back, they realized that they faltered in the first half. So they have all determined not to repeat that thing again. So that is what we're going to do. Thank you very much, my brother.
Bashir Hayford, one of the most experienced managers we have in the Ghana Premier League. A Ghana Premier League winner, actually, with Ashgold and Asante Kotoko. So he's setting up his team in a typical 4-3-3 formation. And we have that midfield trio again going to work tirelessly for them. Also, we have Chauncey Freeman and the man Obey Jr., who actually got the only goal for them when they played BBNE Gold Stars also in here. So it's going to be a pretty straightforward formation from Bashir for 4-3-3 or attacking.
Well,
okay. So I will come back to you, but let's also listen to the away coach, Evans Adote, who has also talked about the fact that, yes, they are winless in their last 5 games, but 3 points here would actually be a catalyst for them to go on and do greater things.
You know, in soccer, we have so many factors in football when it comes into play. There are issues that need to be maybe trashed out apart from coaching and other issues. All that I want to say, it is not too late. All is not lost yet. I hope to make sure I lift my club out of that relegation zone. Well, coming up against my former boss and mentor, Coach Bash Hayford, means a lot to me, especially in this dicey encounter. My former boss is aiming at the top spot by winning today's game. Likewise, myself, I also need the 3 points to escape relegation as I speak. Lions losing the other time against Gold Stars means a lot, like I said earlier. I hope and I know they are coming all out for the maximum points. I have also mapped a strategy to deny or prevent them from scoring. At the same time, I'm also aiming at the 3 points.
Evans Adote, Premier League winner with Mediama, Basake Holy Stars in dire need of 3 points because they are winless in this year's Ghana Premier League and are yet to score a goal. Also going with the typical 4-3-3 formation. Francis, it looks like both teams are in for this. Like they want to attack each other and get the 3 points, nothing more.
Yeah, you look at Heart of Lions, they would love to bounce back. They don't want to be lacking behind those on top of them in the Ghana Premier. They start the day in the 5th position. They would love to bounce back to winning ways and then get themselves into the top 4 and be on the heels of Gold Stars, Hearts of Folk, Kumasi Asante Kotoko, and the rest on top of them. So if you look at the back line, the only alteration there is Abdullah Musa, who comes in for Bismarck and him at the left back position. Echedogli Ishmelado makes up the 2 holding midfield. Freeman Chauncey, Samuel Boamakwansa Obin Jr. makes up the trio of attacking players. And then you have Michael Efson, who in their last game here against Basake United got them the match winner. So continuity is key for Coach Bashir Hayford. The back line remains untouched. Yao Danso, Ebenezer Aban, the club captain, Ruben Hennessy, and Lawrence Osei, the safest pair of hands in pool. So if you look at this team, it's been the tried and tested team for Coach Bashir Hayford in the Ghana Premier League.
And he's going with consistency there. On your screen is how Heart of Lions are warming up for this game. Their goalkeeper, Lawrence Osei, who kept about 13 clean sheets last season in there. So, Kelvin, how important is Lawrence to that Heart of Lions setup?
Well, he's the final line of defense, and he's one of the most difficult goalkeepers you would be able to beat. Don't downsize his stature, because the ability to train under a very good goalkeeper like Stephen Aholo gives him extra confidence. He's the reason why they managed to keep him for an extra season when he wanted to move away. And if you look at how he organizes his defense, he is very crucial to their success, and he has very excellent reflexes. Every single time that he's in the post, you can trust it that this is a goalkeeper who is capable of giving them a clean sheet. And judging from how his ball distribution is also, especially to the wide areas where Chauncey Freeman and then Kojo Obin Jr. will find themselves, it is also another attribute that when they find it difficult to plunge through the middle, they go the long way through him. So he's very, very much instrumental. Aside his defensive and goalkeeping abilities, his communication skills and his distribution will be very much key for Heart of Lions success.
Well, the teams will be coming out to do battle pretty shortly, and Kelvin will take leave of us right now. But Francis, let me take your prediction. Judging from the form of the two teams, it's pretty obvious. Where do this one go?
Well, if you look at what Heart of Lions have done in the past, at this particular venue, you will fancy them to beat Basake Holy Stars. It will not be easy, because Holy Stars themselves are trying to get themselves out of the trouble they found themselves in. So Heart of Lions needs to be cautious and play the game as if they are wounded
Well,
lions.
let's see if they will be cautious there, but the teams are ready to come out from the tunnel. Kelvin Ousu-Ansah will be joining Nana Dakwa Jesse for the first half of commentary. Enjoy the first 45 minutes.
I want to watch them, man.
Oh, even watches Ghana football these days.
Do you know Charles Taylor?
The president.
Charles the Terror Taylor. He terrorized defenses with his dribble.
They were torn apart and tasted their first defeat of the season in that 3-1 away loss to All Blacks in Swedro. Hearts of Lions returned to the den in Pando following 3 consecutive away games with one mission in mind: to devour a struggling Holy Stars side, who lie bottom of the Ghana Premier League. Welcome to the Kpando Stadium. My name is Nana Dakwa Jesse. Together with Kelvin Owusonsa, we are your commentators for this afternoon's fixture here in Kpando.
Very wonderful fixture to expect. The two managers, our coaches who have won the Ghana Premier League before, very much experienced. And they are working with very youthful squads to get the very best. Basake Hayford certainly in a very giant league.
Hearts of Lions have been on the road in the last 3 Premier League games and tasted the first defeat of the season last Monday away to the Bibiani Gold Stars, the defending league champions, back in front of the home stars, Basake Hayford's Chargers. Remain optimistic of bagging maximum points. It's not been a rosy story for Basake Holy Stars, who are yet to win a single game in this season's Premier League. They lie bottom of the league with just 2 points. They have one outstanding game against Asante Kotoko, but it's not looking good for Holy Stars as we enter match day 7 of this season's Ghana Premier League.
Going to be an interesting game with just 2 points, no victory. Holy Stars will be looking forward to how they are going to spoil the party here at the Den. A ground, Heart of Lions, are very much difficult to beat.
The Lions in their wine jerseys, familiar faces, been paraded by Basake Hayford this afternoon. Holy Stars have turned up here in green tops over black shorts and black stockings here in Kpando. The last time Holy Stars visited this venue, Hearts of Lions beat them by 3-1 in last season's Premier League. Lions actually took 4 points off Holy Stars in last season's campaign, a campaign that saw them only losing the Premier League title with 3 points. Hoping to get it better this time as they aim for the ultimate in this season's campaign.
Must have been very painful. And look at Basake Hayford, very eager to get the right result to win the league once again.
Hearts of Lions have not made a single change to the team that lost to the Bibiani Gold Stars at the Dance Park. Lawrence Osei Musa makes his debut, so he comes in and he takes the place of Enim. Aban combines with Hennessy in central defense. Does Danso at the right back. Eche Dogli Kwansa, Ishmael Adu in a 3-man midfield with Efsen leading the attack alongside Obin Jr. and Chancey Freeman. So, for clarification purposes, Bismarck Enim is suspended for this game because of accumulated cards in the campaign this term.
Well, this will be the first time in many games that Hearts of Lions will have their goalkeeper and backline having an alteration. But Abdallah is quite a very good player and can fit in properly.
Our match officials for today, our centre man this afternoon is Alex Amwabin. He's assisted by Abraham Partey Tete and Philip Amo. William Agbobi Jr. is the 4th referee for this afternoon's game here in Kpando. That's the lineup for the visiting side. Basake Holy Stars, 5 changes to the team that lost last weekend. Prince Asempa takes the place of goalkeeper Dubikasi, who got red carded in that defeat. Boniface Blair, left back Arta, Boazi and Ahin complete the back 4 with Sylvester Simba, Boedi and Jetua in a 3-man midfield. Cheneboa, Gamo, Hudson leading the attack for Basake Holy Stars this afternoon.
Not a very bad team, a mix of some experience and youthful players. But as to how they are going to churn out the results is a question Augustine Evans Adote has to answer.
It's match day 7 of the Ghana Premier League. Welcome to the Kpando Stadium. It's Hearts of Lions up against Basake Holy Stars. Lawrence Osei has been an integral part of this team since their promotion into the top flight 2 seasons ago, aided them to stay in the top flight in a season that they almost got relegated. And last season, he came up with some brilliant saves as they ended second. Here we go. Game underway here in Pando. It's Holy Stars who gets us going for this afternoon's fixture here in Pando. First throw-in of the afternoon. Advantage, the visitors. Boniface Blay been asked by Agbobi to take a few steps back before coming in with a throw. Blay's throw. H.A. Dogley heads it down. Referee spots an infringement and whistles to the advantage of the home side, Heart of Lions.
Too physical. Prince Gamo there in that aerial challenge. But especially look forward to unsettling H.A. Dogley. He seems to be the press trigger for the team, and it happened during last weekend's loss to BBN Gold Stars at the Dance Park.
Here is Hennessy. Dogley. Ado brings Lawrence Osei into the game. Now he finds Captain Arban. Ishmael Ado. Obin Jr. is trying to find chance to Freeman. Ball is cleared away by Peter Ahin. Hennessy. That's what to pick out Obin Jr. Freeman. Good control from the Liberian. Sends in a long one. Heart of Lions. Early pressure. Efson coming close for Lions.
That was sweet, lovely pass in between Obin Jr. getting to Chelsea Freeman. That flick was excellent, found Abdallah. But that delivery missing the touch from Efson.
Hayford must be excited about the early incursions from his side. Under 5 minutes. Chance of Freeman loses possession to Ahin. Jacob Boazi's clearance. H.A. Dogley commits a foul as a free kick advantage. Basake Holy Stars.
Well, it's quite clear the intention of Heart of Lions. They want to score as quickly as possible. They don't want the situation that occurred last weekend to repeat.
On the bench of Holy Stars is a former Premier League winner,